Oh my goodness. Why didn't you guys say something? Now you guys can only hear in the blue room. Listen. No sound on YouTube now. So you hear sound or you don't hear sound? Because I still... Yes, there is audio now. Only the sick beat. So you guys can't hear me. We can hear in the blue room. Can you hear me? Can you hear me and the music playing together? And can you hear the music? What about on the phone lines? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Happy Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, Soul Family. I trust you all are doing well. We're just gonna let this, we're gonna ride this beat. We're gonna ride this shit. We're gonna ride it on out. Oh, I had to come back across 18 galaxies to get here. What in the bejeezies is going on? Talk about big energy. It is big energy on the planet, and we're gonna get into it. So how's everybody feeling? How are you doing, Soul Family? How's everybody feeling? The blue room is open, and you definitely, absolutely need to come on over and join us. Join us here live. The only place to be. The only place to be in the galaxy is right here. Right here on Planet Remix Live. We riding these cosmic waves tonight. Oh, yes. And I definitely want to talk to you because I got some stuff I got to tell you. Oh, my goodness. Big. Talk about that big energy. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. So, wow. I want to do one more check-in and make sure that the phone lines, that you all can hear me on the phone lines as well as hear me in the blue room. And if you can't, we're going to rectify that right now because we got some big energy. So if you're on the phone lines, let me know if you're on the phone lines and can you hear? Can you hear? Can you hear? Yeah, I'll give you a few moments. I know it's sort of a delay. Loud and clear, but I need to know, can you hear me on the phone lines and in the blue rooms? On the phone lines, can't hear anything. Thank you for that. Okay, so we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. I don't know how we're going to fix it, but we're going to fix it. We're gonna fix it. So let's see. Let's see if now you can hear me on the phone lines. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if you guys can. Let me know if you're checking in from the phone lines now and if you can hear. I may need to refresh a little bit here. No, don't hang up and call back in, but let's see now if the sound is there. Let's see. Reset. Let's see. We're going to reset these permissions here, and then we're going to see if you all can hear on the phone lines. I'm going to tell you what it is. I want to give a shout out to a brother and his fiance that I did a reading for tonight. And they are in Europe. So I had to make some serious adjustments on that. So this is what we're going to do. Okay, so since you guys cannot hear on the phone lines, I'm going to try one more thing. Reset permission. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see if we can reload this. Let me see here. All right, let's see if we can get it. Oh my goodness. Someone
Start
please.
your show now. Press 1 to hear.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Let's see. What about now? Let's see if you're on the phone lines. We're going to give it a few moments. I want to see if you all can hear on the phone lines. Is that a yay? Am I getting a yay from Rosalie? Oh, you guys can hear me. Well, look, it's only fair that you get a little bit of this good stuff. And I trust that you all don't mind, but we're gonna kind of run it back. We're gonna run it back one more time, okay? So we're gonna do the introduction. And then we're going to do our PSA, and then we're going to dive right into it. Welcome on in. Let's get those likes up. This is a great time that if you want to share the information with Planet Remix, please do that. Let's get those likes up. Maybe screenshot it, put it on your social media. Let people know that this is a great place to come and connect with Soul Family. So let's do that, and then we're going to dive deep into the share. Peace and love. Hold the line. Greetings. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and this is Planet Remix Radio. Welcome to Planet Remix Radio, where we cover all things that has to do with you growing up on planet Earth. It is the greatest place to be in the Milky Way galaxy. So I invite you to join us on this cosmic ride as we explore what it's like being spiritual beings growing up on planet Earth. Oh, what a time to be alive. Planet Remix Radio. Greetings, everyone. Hi, it's me, Ms.Blue, the Oracle. Now, as you know, we are about to dive into Planet Remix. And as we get ready to get into the cipher, I do want to let you know that it is Planet Remix, and a lot of times we cover adult content. So at this time, if you have anyone who's a minor, I would suggest that you put your headset on or get yourself in a place where you can enjoy your time on Planet Remix. But until then, put the babies out, do what you need to do so we can be responsible while knowing our magic. This show, this information We dive into a lot of things that are adult content. And so therefore, if you are a minor, I want you to stop what you're doing right now. And I definitely want you to get your parent or your guardian's consent before diving into the remix. Well, enjoy. Enjoy the share. Yeah, and keep knowing your magic. We just gotta be responsible while growing up on planet Earth. All right, listen. What a ride, right? What a ride. And I'm still getting some notifications from you guys. And it said the phone lines went silent again. Yes, the phone lines are silent again. It's okay. So you guys, listen, 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 listen. This, I promise you, this isn't retrograde. I wish I could blame it on retrograde. This isn't retrograde. It's not. This is big, big energy. That's what this is. And that would be great if this is the only time that this happened. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm just going to give some, as always, transparency here. I have about 12, no, that's a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 different browsers. And as you guys know, the majority of my work that I do is online, right? It's online. And so when going from platform to platform, there are so many different requirements that is required for certain platforms. Now, I know what you may be thinking. I know what you are thinking. I know what you're saying. I know what you're feeling. And yeah, I know what you're thinking, like, hey, Ms.Blue, when are you going to get it right? Listen, it's coming. It's getting better. It's getting better. I promise you, I'm giving all effort towards it getting better and really understanding how to use technology in the best way for me. Okay? For me. I'm going to say that again. For me. And that's a learning curve for me. But I'm working on it. And lovingly, I have the support of a lot of people. My beautiful daughter, Silver. Baby Blue, who's in the blue room, want to shout her out as well and thank her for coming through and helping her mama get this technology together. See, you know, I was born in a generation. See, we didn't have all these technology codes downloaded into us. We had to learn technology. And I don't know about most of you, but outside of work, my extent of technology, it was really one of those things and I cringe a little bit saying it, but I was a little fearful of, because I kept telling myself this story that I wasn't good at technology. Even the joke at work is whenever I would call IT for something that was wrong, whether I was training a class or facilitating a conference or, working on my computer, things were not working. And the IT department would always laugh and say, "Did you plug it in?" When I would tell them I was having problems, because they knew, even though I understood the frontline applications and how to work those to teach the information and the material, when it came to the technical side of it, that was a little tricky. That was definitely a little tricky for me to handle that. But I am working on getting those knowledge and skills built up. I thank you all for so much of your patience, your love, and also your support, because so many of you is the reason the technology is as advanced. And I don't say that lightly, as advanced as it is right now. So, that was a mouthful. But like I said, an amazing week. Um, an amazing week. I wanna talk about some things as we dive in, and I want to give a shout out to everyone who I did one-on-one readings with this week. Just incredible. And it's to the point now on the waiting list that I'm meeting new people. Well, they're not new anymore. They've been listening for over 2.5 years, but they're new people who are listening. And I actually did an amazing reading for a couple tonight. Want to give them a big shout out. And that is in Europe. And to don't let me mess up my French, Javanche and his fiance, for them listening in to Planet Remix and being a part of the Soul family. So they have some very special things coming up. And so this was the time for me to really dive in and, do that for them. So, yeah. So technically we were here together. So anyway, I know we have done a show during the New Year's, but I can't help but saying, I'm so glad we're in 2023. I really am. And hopefully you are as well. Hopefully you are as well. Because it's an opportunity for us to do a lot of things different. I'm going to be going to the phone lines. Let me go ahead, and it's a couple of announcements, couple of things I want to talk about. And it's a couple of things I want to talk about before I get on the phone line. First and foremost, what I would love for you to do is, especially since this is a new time for us right now, like normally we'd be deep diving into Planet Remix by now. And so because that hasn't happened, I'm going to ask a very special favor of everyone here. And let's get those likes up. We have well over 100 people in the Blue Room, more than 300 people viewing from all over the world. But I'm going to ask at this time that we get those likes up. And if you're here, if you will, like and subscribe. And also, it's a great time, like I said, if you got a friend and know a friend, or you want to spread the word, maybe screenshot what we got going on, how you're listening, and pass that on maybe on your social media to let others know, so we can keep pushing this content out. You guys have been doing an awesome job. I thank you so much. We have so many new listeners. We've crossed some major thresholds here on Planet Remix on YouTube and across all platforms. iHeart Radio, Audible, Amazon Music, as well as iTunes and many other places, Clubhouse, Astro Magic, out in these cosmic streets. And so I thank each and every single one of you for spreading the word and just being really that ambassador, family member who is self-invested into Planet Remix, because truly, we could not do it without you. So sending each of you lots of love. Now, I want to let you know, if you want to come on over and chill with us in the Blue Room, right? It's kind of like that lounge. If you could create a perfect lounge with the perfect ambiance, perfect vibe, the perfect sort of kind of crowd, this is the world famous, the galactic famous Blue Room. you can come on over to YouTube. And when you get to YouTube, what you're going to do is you're going to type in Blue, Blue, that's me, and then Raz, Ras, Berry, Berry, and you're going to come on in. Now, once you get into the Blue Room, what's going to happen? When you get in the Blue Room, you're just going to get welcomed. You're going to get welcome. And if you have questions, trust me, the soul family got you. Got you. Period, Pooh, Tanasia. You right. They got you. And you can just come on in. You're going to feel right at home and just have a really, really good time. And, I'm so thankful for this because I remember back in the day when doing a lot of the readings online, doing a lot of the work online, starting out with the Know Your Magic class, and shout out to all the real OGs in the house that was with the first self-invested class we had. And you guys were there. And we were teaching classes online. This was something unheard of. Everybody was still doing the in-person. And at that time, we were doing online, which wasn't very popular. Now we have platforms like Zoom and all of these other places where you can do classes, but we were doing classes. This is how we started, and this is how we will continue, and plus add on to that. But now we see the whole universe is now doing everything online as far as teaching. Still a lot of things in person. Don't never want to dismiss that connection, but what would have been the opportunity for us to really kind of be trendsetters when it comes to opening up this portal for teaching online? Because we've been doing it for, gosh, so many years, well over 12 years of teaching classes online. And I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you that are here. If you started in the very beginning, and or if you came in somewhere in between, or if you just came right now, we absolutely do need a YouTube plaque, and we will get one. Most of our work has been us really, really, really connecting ourselves, through iTunes and blog, where we have millions and millions of followers from all over the world. By the way, I was rocking my Planet Remix sweatshirt today. Got stopped about 3 or 4 times, and people wanted to take a picture. And here's the cool thing. So, hey peeps, if you in the building, they didn't even ask me, like, who are the people on the shirt? They didn't ask me. They was like, oh, what is that? I like that. I like that sweatshirt. Where you get that sweatshirt from? So I said, oh, I ordered it. It's it's Planet Remix. It's an online, platform. They have a radio show. I was telling them all of that about the class. They was like, oh, can we take a picture? Cause we want to get there. I said, yeah, just follow the hashtag. You'll get there. So I love it. I love it because I got to have a little extra cameo moment with that. So I thought that was so sweet. It was a bunch of young, beautiful minds out there. So I want to talk about that. And the other thing that I do want to make some acknowledgement, which we're going to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit about this energy of Friday the 13th, because this Friday the 13th is very magical. In fact, we're only going to have 2 Friday the 13th in 2023. And this is one of them. And if you were feeling something today, if you were feeling something deep, deep in your spirit, then you got a taste of that big energy. That big energy. Yeah. Big energy, And I see a lot of you are talking about the energy that we're going into being the age of Aquarius. And even though I understand how so many people have come to that conclusion, this is something Brother Balah has spoke about as well extensively. But I will share this with you on my understanding of that age of Aquarius. I do believe we are moving towards it. Do I think we are in it? Not so much. Priestess Andrea, I just got stopped in my tracks. We, I'll answer that question. Oh my goodness. If you're not in the blue room, listen, it's a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. Let me get my mirror to prop up for me. I gotta look at myself tonight. I gotta keep looking at myself tonight. I love you guys. You keep me on my toes so well. Justin, I'm gonna answer your question. I am going. Priestess Andrea, let Justin know that's her son. He's amazing. Let him know. Let Justin know. I'm going to answer that question. Oh my goodness. Out of the mouths of babes. Oh my goodness. That was a heavy hitter coming in. But I want to say this, and I hope I'm not too loud. You know, sometimes I go back and I listen to the recording and I hear myself saying, why are you yelling? What are you screaming for? But what I was going to say is we are moving in a time of technology. We are moving in a time where technology is here. And I know they have some amazing technology, like a lot of AI technology. And I want to share my thoughts on this because an artist I've been following for eons, like even before we had social media, like back in the Yahoo days. And even in person, I own a couple of his prints, is Frank Morrison. Just so creative, like one of the most creative individuals in this new Renaissance era here, I personally feel. And especially when it comes to our culture and that sort of modern energy of our culture as we've known it. He is one of those great artists. Now, don't get me wrong, there's tons and tons and tons. Oh, you love Frank Morrison. He's from your hometown. Beautiful. Tons and tons of amazing artists that are here, young artists, but it is people like Frank Morrison who really open up the doors to perhaps people who would not have thought about looking at art. You know, art was something maybe our parents was more into, I would think, or those who were excuse me, I'm the soulful oracle and the multidimensional oracle too. So real life happens. Let me take care of this. And so I want you to know that he really opened the door, at least I know for myself and my generation, to where this became young people, you know, college age or even in high school, to know that you can have an appreciation for art in a cultural way. And it can be lively, it can be very colorful, and it can be very energetic, and it can be something that was reflective of the current times. And you could really be proud of it. And I'm not saying that there wasn't other artists that was doing it. I'm sharing with you my personal path of one who stood out to me, which was Frank Morrison. Well, the reason I'm telling you this story is because I was going across some information online, and you know how they have all of those apps where you can make yourself AI. You can take a picture, upload your picture, and the AI will do different drawings or artwork like you. And I thought, how really cool. And then they have some that you can just give some attributes and instantly talk about manifestation. Instantly, you can manifest a person, a being that exists but doesn't really exist. And during the holiday time, I was playing around with a lot of this AI technology. And that's how we got one of our spirit guides. And that image came and it popped up. So I said, let me go kind of Google around to check and see about this. And so, it was a lot of controversy going on, and the debate is still out about, and remember a few years ago when everyone was saying, robots will replace humans, and if we're not careful, we will lose our ability to be human, because AI will take over. Not only because of that, they're able to generate, like you can literally now use different sites and you can go in and it can write, you can tell me something about chakras, and it'll pull out a whole dissertation. And I don't remember what publication this was, but forgive me. But it was saying how they created another AI to determine so that students can't use it in school. And actually, there is a couple of states or one state that has banned AI, like you can't use it. Because they said, they don't want students to go to school and then say, say for instance, I know when I was coming up, one of the required readings in middle school was 12 Angry Men. And so to have these books, these listed books of, I'm telling my age here, but anyhow, you had to read the book and then you had to write a summary. And what they didn't want students to do is to just go and say, summarize all of the important takeaways from 12 Angry Men. And there you go. You tell it how many words you need it to be. Maybe go in there, clean up a little bit, and it will return. It will return. Thank you, Astronaut Warrior. Astronaut Warrior said, "You're timeless." Oh, I love it. I really am. I just celebrated a born day here, and I really am. I tell my children and family like I'm aging backwards. But don't worry, I will stop when I get about 17. I won't go no further back than that, because some of this magic can backfire. I don't want to go all the way. I don't want to keep going back. But, I'll stop somewhere around in there. Well, maybe in my 20s. I'll stop around in there. Yeah, I'll stop somewhere around in there. I haven't decided yet, but somewhere in there. I'm going to stop right in there. And if you all came to the Pretty Girl Magic Workshop, then you all know we did magical things that you can do with brushes, no makeup required, and, all that good stuff. But anywho, I want to say this. And then I got to thinking, because I was reading some articles, lots of debates at universities and universities and colleges and all of that they were having these very, very strong feelings about AI replacing or sort of dumbing down our intellect or intelligence. Now, I just want to present something to you, and I want you all to tell me how you feel about this. And here's something I really, really thought about. I looked at one of Frank Morrison's portraits that he painted, and he had posted it on Instagram. And the first thing that just popped right in my spirit was AI could never. And I thought, artificial intelligence could never do what he's doing. It could never. I don't know about you all, but when I look at those AI generated via an app or via a computer, when I look at those pictures, even though they're very entertaining and creative to look at, because I think it's a hell of a tool when it comes to visualization, right? But when I look at the work of Frank Morrison, and I'm going to use him, and trust me, I have a load of artists I can say, but I'm going to use him because I have some of his work here. I also have some artwork that's done from Priestess Donna Lee. I also have some artwork done by another priestess, seen many works done by Griffin, and many of you guys who are part of Planet Remix who have even sent me artwork, which I can't remember all the names right now. It's a different kind of energy or vibe that is coming from his artwork and from your artwork, any of you if you're doing artwork. And so when I went back to look at some of the AI artwork, yes, it was a feeling there. Yes, there was a connection there. Yes, there was some understanding there, but it just hit a little different with the artwork. It just, with the original artwork, that was done by a human. And I want to say this because again, I know you all are highly intellectual beings and intelligent beings. You will make up your own understanding of this. But I wanted to pose this question because this is something I want you to ponder. Okay. And I hear what you guys are saying. You have the ability to change the energy into something, but you can't take something artificial and make it real from the same thing. Now, your understanding can be translated and taken different. But this would be, from my point of view, still something that's not sustainable. If I take a plastic grape and I pretend it's a real grape, yes, my mouth may even begin to water. I may even taste the sweetness of it, but I would always have to continuously exert a huge amount of energy to change that into something real. But when I pick up a grape and I take it and place it in my mouth, nothing can replace that real, authentic, true experience from that moment. From that moment. Nothing. And it's not the same as laying in a tanning bed and utilizing the rays. Like, let's not play with our intellect here. You all understand what I'm saying. And for those of you who don't, have at it. Eat plastic grapes all day. Eat them, enjoy them. Understand the plastic grapes. Keep eating them and see how that will begin to nurture your body. But the point I wanted to make is, what if this advancement into AI is here because it's an opportunity for us, only those of us who choose, to elevate our intellect, to elevate our creativity, to elevate. It is freeing us up so we can get on to some new solutions to growing up on planet Earth, some new understandings of what it means to be human living on planet Earth as a spiritual being. What if it is here to challenge our complacency for being alive at this time? Think about it. Most of what we have understood and we're solving, like we're moving forward, but there's so many things in this world that we are still riding off of the backs of our ancestors or us from a past life. Because we are the ancestors, right? And at some point, when we start going back and back and back and back and back and back, you're really looking at yourself at a time that have made these discoveries. The world is still benefiting and living off of the same information and technology from ancient Kemet, from Egypt. The world is still living off of the understanding of things that we learned from the Asian culture and from other cultures. And so what if AI is here to challenge us to move ourselves forward, to gain some new understandings? We had an alignment today, and this was brought to my attention, that we've never had. And this alignment that we had today, cosmically, right? This alignment, and by the way, shouts out to Self-Invested and to all of our Self-Invested family. All of our Self-Invested family in the building. And Saturday in our astrology class, we're going to dive into this. But we had an alignment today that we haven't ever had. And we have more of these. We are discovering things that we never knew is possible. So I agree with the statement that there's nothing new under the sun. But what if we're no longer under the sun? I remember, and for those of you who have been with Planet Remix for a long time, I had this channeling experience when my guides took me beyond the Milky Way. And at that time, the world and NASA was saying that there's possibly something beyond the Milky Way, but they had no proof of that. This was 12, 13 years ago. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you know that's been with that Twitter account since the early 2000s. Find me beyond the Milky Way. And this was even before my understanding of astronomy and astrology was even something that I was even consciously taking in. But I knew because I had been beyond. And even beyond that, I have been. And here we are, fast forward 10, 12 years later, science is admitting that there's more to what they have understood or ever understood about being out in our galaxy or where they even believe our galaxy to be. So the point here is what I want to challenge all of us to do is to know that AI, and this is just my thought, right? Flirt with this idea for a moment. But AI is not here to replace you. It's here to tell you that these things that AI can do in an instant, if you're not doing it and you feel that this is your calling or this is sort of something you're interested in and you love it and AI can do that shit better than you, then I challenge you to dig a little deeper into what you say your craft is and what you love. Because that's certainly what it did for me. If I'm a chef and AI is coming up with a damn recipe that's better than what I'm making and my understanding of it, and it's something I created, I'm not mad at it. But I guarantee you, I'm going to be a little bit more focused. Because it doesn't have a couple of elements and components in there. Number one, no wisdom. AI doesn't have wisdom. Now, what it does have is it has legacy. Now, some people would say legacy is wisdom. Legacy is not wisdom. Legacy is not wisdom. Just because I know how someone has done something for a very, very long time, the interaction with the moment to day moment experience is where wisdom makes the difference. That's where wisdom makes the difference. Makes the difference. You can't replicate what I'm doing in my day-to-day life to tell me what I need to do next. You can't do that. It can't take the place of intuition. It cannot take your connection from the divine. It cannot do that. So I really think that it is here to really get us out of this complacent state of consciousness. Yes, there are some highly elevated beings on the planet. And of course, I know so many of you are here, and many of you here are far more intellectual or intelligent than probably I'll ever be in that sense. So I know I'm dealing with some highly sophisticated beings on the planet that study, that is about your work, that is about your business, that is loving yourself and assisting others along the way. So I just wanted to pose that for you. So the next time that conversation, and I'm sure we'll have more over the years, come up about artificial intelligence and really you, and somehow can this replace you? No, it can't. You can use it one or two ways, and it certainly is a personal choice. You can use it to assist you in your elevation, right? Or you can use it to really take away from your elevation. But I know you all, you're going to use it as assisting you in your elevation. You understand? It assists you in your elevation. Like the world is really waking up to understand more about what's going on. Because if you only, it's something my parents used to tell us during the summertime. And I remember when school would be out and we would be so excited. It's the summer. You don't have to get up early. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to do this. And my parents would always make us do book reports, research. We used to have them big books, used to have to do math and writing and English. And we would just be like, oh, why do we have to do this? And my parents would always say, if you only do what the schools tell you to do, then you will never learn anything. Because that is basic foundation. Basic foundation without any of your intellect and without any of your understanding and without you engaging in it. And so we would always have to, yes, get those encyclopedias, my goodness, and do book reports. We used to sit, my father used to have a reel-to-reel, and on Sundays we would have to read, and my father would record us and play it back. By the way, I hated that. I hated that. And I'm sure you guys know why, because I was screwing up all the words, not saying things right, and I would have to do it over and over and over and over again. Needless did I know that my parents was really, really preparing me for what would be unlocked in me later in life. Imagine that. Imagine that. Well, I just kind of wanted to share some of that because that was a lot that was on my mind. And also, I know for some of you, we are on Saturday the 14th, but we still have this big energy of Friday the 13th. One of only 2 Fridays the 13th that's here. Activation of the divine feminine energy. So you're probably having dreams, if you haven't, all week that have been so vivid. Literally vivid dreams that you could literally reach out and touch the grape and eat it and think it's real. Really, 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 really having dreams that you're feeling the physical aspect of it, even when you wake up. Like dreams are coming from Venus at this time, which is a powerful thing. And also, let me tell you this, on Wednesday morning, the world woke up, at least our hemisphere in America. Our Western hemisphere woke up to downloads, and activations coming in to our planet. And the downloads was coming in so strong. This is something we talked about. They were coming in so strong that the United States, all across the United States, had to ground all airlines. Every flight in America on our continent was canceled because of it. And to this day, they won't say what it was. But I know what it was. It was a major portal that opened and it poured so many downloads. Like literally inside of you, you have a DNA upgrade that's inside of you. Go check the news. We talked about it in Self-Invested. Go check the news. All the flights were grounded. Every single flight was grounded. And they said, well, we don't know. We're checking into it. We're not sure what's happening. We don't know what's going on. And we don't think it's a cyber attack. But right now we just don't have answers because the sky was so active. And we also had beings from other galaxies swooping on in as well. So a whole lot of activity going on, whole lot of things happening inside of us. And so what you're feeling or you're starting to feel may feel like things are really, really speeding up. Speeding up. Speeding up. I mean, really, really fast. And so many of you, just because you receive a download, it doesn't mean you get an activation. Something else I want to kind of bring to light for all of you, because I know y'all be out here in these cosmic streets. So many people are going to be waking up. We're going to have waves and waves, like a huge wave of people waking up. And this is going to be ongoing. But I'm going to even give this to you because just because you think you woke, you don't know how woke you may become. That we definitely need to be doing things to ground ourselves, really taking a moment to pause because things are coming in. And you're going to see a lot of people, they're going to get downloads, and next thing you know, they're going to think they're here to save the world. They have all the answers. I've been watching this go on for a few months. A lot of people have reached out, family members as well. And they're going to be thinking what they're pulling in is facts, is predictions, is accurate information. But it's not going to be. A lot of it is, imagine if you were to take your life and put it into puzzle pieces and then put it in a box. And let me see if I can find it. I probably can't find it. I was looking for my Goddess Hathor rattle. I think I have it in the other room. And shake it up and have someone try to put it together in order. And they're trying to tell you that an event happened in your life when you were 10, but it really didn't happen until you got 30. And they're arguing with you about your life because they pulled this puzzle piece first. And so therefore, in their mind, this is first. And it's going to be kind of hard to convince them that, okay, you got some of it correct. However, that's not what it was. But that's going to be happening. So on one hand, I'm excited. I'm excited that so many people are waking up to their intuition and their psychic abilities and, all of these things that we have inside of us that we're calling gifts or we're calling, superpowers or, saying that we were born with it or we've awakened or we've been reborn or whatever that is. But with that is going to come a lot of confusion, a lot of misinterpretation, a lot of, it's going to come with a lot of stuff. So I say that to say, for those of you who've been doing the work and even yourself, make sure that you are staying grounded and balanced, as well. And make sure that you're offering love and support to those around you that may be going around, that may be doing or having this sort of enlightening experience. Because it truly is an enlightening experience. But they don't have the full understanding or even the wisdom to understand and, I seen someone and they're just wanting, oh, I had this vision about my cousin and I'm going to go over their house this week. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Holiday, slow it down, slow your roll. So we want to be responsible while growing up on planet Earth. And you also want to know that even though we're here and we check in with each other because we all need each other, this isn't about someone else making decisions for you. You ultimately are the person in your life that should be making your decision. That's why all of this work, most of this work that we do here is about you learning how to, one, love yourself. That's going to solve 99.9% of your problems, your challenges, your issues. Because when you love when you love yourself, you will trust yourself. It will open you up to higher states of knowing and understanding. And it will also open you up to higher states of creation, of what you can actually create for yourself and your life. And you will stop feeling like life is happening to you rather than you are creating life. Now, that doesn't mean that you get to control the man at the bus stop that comes every Friday morning at 10. Because this isn't about you taking your understanding of who you are and using it to manipulate others in your life. Because then we went right back in the same damn circle jerk we attempted to get out of. And if that is your understanding that you are making people in your life love you, you are making people in your life do things for you, you are making people in your life, need you, you are making people in your life, make a way for you, then you got to know that you have to ask the question, then who's making you? Because if you've opened up that door, that is possible, and that somehow you possess something that they don't possess, and you can do it and they can't do it, then who's doing it to you? Who's doing it to you? Who's doing it to you? See, we have to begin to start understanding where our uniqueness lie. And as much as I love being a psychic, being a medium, using all of my clairvoyant, abilities, this is not an exclusive club. Everyone has this. Now, how I apply it in my life and how I use it can be totally different than how you apply it and how you use it. Everyone is not meant to say that they will take on the title, right? If we want to use that, as a psychic, as a medium, as a oracle, as a clairvoyant, as a intuitive. Yet, everyone is psychic. Everyone has intuitive abilities. Everyone is a medium. Everyone can use their clair abilities. Everyone. So, Gold Indigo says, you like a AI. No, I'm not AI. I'm not artificial intelligence at all. And if somehow that's how you equated that, then perhaps I can understand how you got there. But if you listen very closely, then you will understand that that's not what I'm saying. I'm not artificial intelligence. And if I am, then boy, oh boy, are you in big ass trouble. You in big trouble. If I'm artificial intelligence and your ass is in here, oh, you in big trouble. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get at you tonight. Oh, y'all think y'all going to slide that slick shit by? Oh, I'm going to get at you. The ones that spirit really lead me to get at you, because I think these things need to be addressed. And listen, I'm here for the commentary. I know you all mean well, and I know you all, have a playful side, and I do too. And I want us all to explore this, because sometimes these can be those questions that it may be someone listening, someone maybe not secure, or maybe having some insecurities, or been told things all their life. Some people would call it bullying, which that happens. And it's happening more online, where people get behind these names and they feel like they can say shit that if you was looking me in my face, baby, you wouldn't even dare part your lips to say something like that. But I get it. We got the screen, we got distance, and we got energy. And you feel like, because you sitting at home and you ain't got nothing else to do, you going to be extra cute. And I'm here for it. So, but I want you to understand that, and on the real side, because that is a question, and I can understand how you could come up with that question. I can see where you're at with that. But it's to understand. It's just like in whatever work that you're doing it, but you're not the only one. If you're an artist, you're not the only artist in the world. You're I don't care how great you are. If you're a dancer, you're not the only dancer in the world. Like, there's going to be more dancers. But a big part of us understanding in the world that we're in is to do exactly what Golden Indigo said, is not to become AI. And AI is showing us this shit y'all running out here in these streets. Anybody or anything can do it. So what makes you unique? How can you understand that we are all one, but at the same time, you are bringing something different to the table? And that's where I feel like we're being pushed. What are you bringing that's different? If you start to pick up somebody's mannerisms, if you start to sort of talk like them, if you start to sort of want to walk like them and do the same things they're doing, act the same way they're doing. You ever did that? You send a text to somebody and they send you back some shit you told them, and they act like they're the ones who came up with the text. And they don't acknowledge, wait a minute, you got that from me. So what am I getting from you? What are you bringing to this table that's unique to you? Because if your only uniqueness is to try to be me, then what are we doing? What's happening here? So I want us to use that. I think it's a really good point. Like, I'm joking about it because we're all just family here having fun. But Golden Indigo brought up a good point. You don't want nobody to think your ass is AI out here, because you so busy following your favorite whoever, YouTuber, Instagrammer, person you in contact with, that you trying to recreate your damn life off of them. Because one thing about energy is like magic. It's going to always go back to the originator. So sometimes people say, why it seems like I can't get ahead? Why does it seem like nothing I do is working? Why is this not going? Well, where you get the idea from? And we can't keep saying, I was inspired, because I've been saying this for years. Some people don't know the difference between being inspired and fucking copying, because they're two different things. Now, are you inspired or are you copying? Because that's what AI does. AI is taking all of this information. It's not doing no alchemy. It's not pondering a thought. It's not seeing how it fits in their world. It's not trying to see if it resonates. It's saying, this is what it is. I'm going to give you back what everybody else is saying. I'm going to give it right back to you. So where is your language? Where is your understanding? Where is that unique part of you? And contrary to popular belief, you can't get that shit off of a 30-minute lesson. You've got to live that. You have to experience that. You have to go a little deep. And this vibration of this year of 7 is about being authentic. And the truth is, most people don't know what that is. They don't know how to be authentically them, because too much of their life has been told, you're not good enough. You don't know enough. You don't look the part. You don't act the part. You don't have enough education or degrees. You don't come from the right family. You don't have the right understanding. We've been told all of these things. That's not good enough. They're all going to laugh at you. It's not going to work. You've been told all of these things so much that soon as the first gleaming light comes along, you say, that's what I want to do. Because you see the person's excitement, you see their joy, you see the attention they get, or you see the money they're making, or you see the people they're around, and you say, I want that for me. So now I'm going to study that person. I'm going to study what they say. I'm going to study how they talk, and I'm going to study what's going on in their lives, and I'm going to say things like they say it. I'm going to, I'm going to pop my lips like they pop. I'm going to hold my hand like they pop. And then that's going to happen to me. And when it doesn't, you start to get depressed and you start to get sad. And then you start maybe getting desperate. Desperate. Let me see if I can dig a little deeper. Let me get a little deeper. Let me go find the books they're reading. Let me go find the people they're following. Let me connect myself to the friends they have. Let me get deeper into their world. And low key, as sweet as it sounds, people who do this ain't even doing it for money. They doing it for the dope, for dopamine rush. The dopamine rush in their bodies to make them feel good, to make them feel alive, to make them feel powerful, to make them feel high, doped up off of dopamine. Not for the money, not for the fame. All that shit is a side effect. It's for the dopamine. And the sad truth is that, yes, underworld god 500, esoteric junkies, high off the dope, just high, wanting to get high, looking for the next fix. Where is my next hit gonna come from? So, this is sort of something to really look inside yourself. And you have to ask yourself some real impeccable questions, some real, questions. If you listen to the past shows we did this year, I wanted to encourage everyone not only put down those things you want for the future, those things or how you want to express yourself for the future, but also put down your weaknesses. See, you got to have a good understanding about where you're weak at, where you're not good at. And as my daddy always told me, you can bullshit the whole world, just never bullshit yourself. Don't bullshit yourself. Because that's when you're in the danger zone for real. That's when you're in that danger zone. I've seen it a million times. And at a young part in my life, I did it. So I knew, then you're going to find yourself singing, "How did I get here?" Well, you got here by looking for things always outside of you. And we need that reminder. I don't know about you, but I need this reminder to myself, to remind myself. We're so busy wanting to be loving, caring, and to help others and to be of service, which I get it. That's a part of our role here. So no one is wrong for us doing that. But we have to forget the first order of business is to be of service to ourselves and to figure out who we are. Figure out who you are. To figure out who you are. Because when you figure that out, that's like the magic card. That trumps everything. Because everything that you need is going to be provided for you. The more that you understand who you are, the universe, God, the divine, will send you everything you need to get educated, to take care of yourself, for you to keep creating, for you to provide and be of service to others that are around you. You won't have to struggle. Your life will be filled with love, code word for enjoyment. And enjoyment, I don't want to say fulfillment anymore, because I think fulfillment has brought us into a place of complacency. But you will get understanding. You'll have joy. You'll have so many things, but I'm being very, very intentional about my expression now. And some words that I subscribe to, I could understand how it kind of put me in a chokehold and really kind of stunt me from growing forward. And fulfillment is one of those tricky words. This is why a lot of times when you have a big goal that you've been working towards, when you get to that goal, you sort of get depressed. Because you've lost purpose. And we've got to have purpose. And you need a little bit of these challenges along the way. A little bit of anxiety is good for your ass. A little bit of I'm not sure what's getting ready to happen is good for you. A little bit of close calls is good for you. A little bit of shit just didn't go right is good for you. Not to stay in it, not to love in it, but it's good for you. It's good for you to wake up one day and not feel excited to face the world. It's good for you to feel a little bit of that. Not just so you can appreciate it when you do feel good, but so you can dig just a little deeper when it comes to loving and being intentional about you. We're intentional about a lot of shit in this world. But the part where we miss the mark is being intentional about who we are. I had to say that to myself. I could be laying down saying I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm not feeling good, or I'm just going to take a break, and bam, somebody calls me and say they need something. I jump up like a light and I'm ready to go. Full of energy, full of life. You need me? Here I come. Wait, what happened? I thought you was exhausted. I thought you were tired. I thought you needed some downtime. What just happened? So I had to learn how to catch myself. Catch myself. And recognize that the God, that the goddess that I see inside of me, and as great as I think and know myself to be, I know that you are too. And so therefore, it ain't always critical that I got to run to you. Because I know, I believe in you. I know you got this shit. I know you can do it. And that's a big part of what I'm here to do. Is to give you that little push. Oh, I'm going to help you. I'm never going to let you fall. I'm not going to bullshit you. Oh, I'm not a bullshitter. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't bullshit myself. And I would never do something to you that I don't do to me. I don't bullshit myself. I know the areas of my life I got to work on, and I'm working on them. I understand where my weaknesses are, and I understand where my strengths are, and I understand where I'm growing, and I understand where I'm full of shit. I understand where I am, and I understand where I'm going, and I understand that I'm not going to know everything in between, and I'm okay with that. So I would never do it to you. And if there is a little bit of doubt, test me out for yourself. 515-605-9794. Press 1. And come on the phone lines. And you'll find out for yourself. You know? You'll find out for yourself. Yeah. You'll find out for yourself. Yeah. But I just wanted to share some things that was on my mind and heart. We're in a beautiful, don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. But I want you all to know that you are so amazing. And here's something that has been critical for me in my life, and I've passed this on to you. I've passed it on to my children, everyone in my lives. And that is, I know that there's so many things that I have learned in my life, and I recognize that there's really only two ways of really learning from experiences in your life. Two ways. You can learn from your own experience. You can learn from your own experience, and we all have. And you can learn from other people's experiences. Because this is what I learned. If you're only learning from you, oh, that's a rocky ass road. That's a tough road. I don't want to meet the person that only wants to learn from themselves, their own experiences, because this can be very limited. Limited. But you can also learn from the experience of others, in the fact that it will open you up to endless possibilities. You don't want to be that person that has to see it for yourself every time and learn it for yourself every time. That's a rough ass road. If you just want to see everything and learn, no, I can learn shit from a distance. Oh, I learn from y'all. That's why I tell you, I don't give advice. This ain't some shit I experienced. Half the things y'all went through, ooh, my goodness. I haven't experienced that. And I don't want to. But I am learning from a distance, from your experience. This is why we have soul groups. This is why we have soul tribes. This is why we have family. This is why we have community. This is why we have people here. So we can look at somebody else's shit and say, ooh, oh man, I can learn that lesson from a distance. I don't have to go through that to say, oh, I got to learn for myself. I want to learn it for myself. Well, go right ahead. But there's some things on this planet I choose not to experience, and I can learn that from a distance. I can learn it from someone else's experience because it will expand my horizon of understanding. I don't have to learn it. So, another reason why I do the call-in and have you all come on, because we're learning so much from each other in our wonderful experiences, in our challenges that we may be facing at the moment. But look how much we are growing, quantum leaps in our understanding and wisdom by others' experiences along with our own experience and understanding. Perspective, yes. And it's going to be a rough road if you're choosing to ride this wave on planet Earth and grow up without learning to trust your intuition. Golden Indigo said, as long as you ain't trying to get us to like AI. I don't want you to like AI. But the fact of the matter is, just like the sun is shining, AI ain't going nowhere. So we gotta We got to understand the environment, the atmosphere, the terrain that we're on so we can learn how to navigate. And by the way, I want to give a big shout out. Let me find this brother. Let me see how I can find his name. He gave a super chat donation. Mad Titan. He always comes in like, I don't know. I'm going to digress on the word, but just out of nowhere, kind of like, not like Batman, kind of like Black Panther mixed with a little bit of Spider-Man, you know, just when you thought you was alone, coming in from nowhere. So thank you for that super chat donation. And also thank you to everyone for all of your love and support for Planet Remix. I didn't shout out the Divine Priestess in the building tonight, but I do want to shout them out to all of the Divine Priestess in the building. I know they're here. Donna Lee, Priestess Erica. Who else is here? I seen Priestess Trin in the building. Quite a few priestess in the building. Priestess Chastity. So many of you. Priestess Andrea. So many of the divine priestess listening, Priestess Kalimar, so many of the priestess in the building or listening in on the phone lines. Shout out to each and every single one of you. Priestess Melanie in the building, Priestess Lisa, everyone, all the divine priestess in the building. I want to shout them out as well. And ring the bell again for self-invested. But let's get ready to go to the phone lines. 515-605-9794 is the number to call. And you can get on the phone lines. And once you get on the phone line, great point, Priestess Erica. Once upon a time, the rotary phone was AI. Say it again. Say it again. All right, we're going to go to the phone lines. Let me see. So many of you guys on the phone lines. Press 1 once you get on the phone line. And once you get on the phone line and you press 1, that's going to bring you on. Please be ready to talk once you get on the phone lines. I see we got some international listeners on the line. I'm definitely going to attempt to get to you first. Another way that you can actually call in, you can go over to blogtalkradio.com and you should see the direct connect number there, and that is going to get you in. I also want to shout out some honoraries in the blue room. Brittany Vibes is in the building. Astronaut Warrior is here. Lola Falana is in the building. Do this for me, everyone. Tell me where you're from, what city, what state, what country you're representing. Quantum Lion is in the building. Alice Cooper is here. T. McDougal is here. Faceless Bliss is here representing the ATL. In Tune with the Infinite is in the house. Luna is here. Greetings, Luna. Under Luna, because I think Luna was under something else. We got Underworld God representing Inglewood, California. Hugo is in the building representing LA. Christine is here tuning in from the Bay Area. Filet is in representing, oh, y'all going too fast. Wait a minute, representing Jersey. And then we have Luos. Ooh. I'm going to say Luos, representing Jersey. Zara is here representing London, Canada. That's an interesting place. We got Mad Titan from Baltimore. There's the Mad Titan. And we got Griffin Hugo representing Jamaica. What go on? We got Rachel in the building representing, where Rachel from? Hold on. Y'all done lost me. Quantum Lion representing California. I done lost my place. Lola Falana, Tanasia, New Jersey, kicking it in the kitchen. Hey, Queenie, representing Wisconsin. Demetria, representing the Big D, Dallas. Joyce is here. Okay. Oh, it was on Clubhouse. Thank you, Luna. And then C Knows 83. Topper is here. Not sure where that is. Brittany Vice, North Carolina. Griffin Hugo representing Kingston, Jamaica. And Journey is here representing Wisconsin. Hey, Journey. Oh, got to talk about it. Priestess Lisa is here representing Baltimore in the house. And Golden Indigo representing the Shy Rock, Chicago. We got God's Angel. Don't play with it. Representing California in the building. I love that name. And Baked Chemistry. Now that's a don't play with it. Baked Chemistry representing Arizona. When listen, that's a whole nother other. And then SVN Grams representing New Orleans. There we go. New Orleans in the house. William Harris representing Minneapolis. Did I say it right? Who else? Ooh, 144 in the blue room. Let's get those super chats up. Want to welcome everyone on in. Astronaut Warrior representing Washington, D.C. Lovely 2731 representing the ATL in the building. We got Caleb representing Florida in the house. By the way, how is the weather? Oh my goodness. Did you guys see Melissa is here representing Reno, Nevada? Did you all see what was happening in Alabama, all in Georgia, these tornadoes ripping through the Richter scale? Chirac is a false name. My bad. Representing Chicago. Chicken in the car and the car won't go. That's the way you spell Chicago. I learned that when I was a little bitty girl from my grandfather, because my grandparents lived in Chicago, and I used to want to write them letters, and I couldn't remember how to spell Chicago. And so my grandfather would say, put down chick, C-H-I, and then the car, C-A, won't go, G-O, and that's the way you spell Chicago. Chicken in the car and the car won't go. That's the way you spell Chicago. And I never forgot it. So thank you for that. Did you go to school at a church? One time I actually went to a Catholic school in New York for a very short time. And then once when I lived outside of America for a short time. Oh, we got Marina representing South Carolina. Welcome on in. Melissa Brown. Melissa, I'm sorry. I got to stay out of chat because this is another one of my weakness. I will get distracted. So Melissa is here. Karen is here. Welcome, Karen Jackson. Dun, 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 dun. A little snow in Ohio. That's it. It really is. And we have Star Sheen representing the Philippines is in the building. Talk about it. Welcome on in. Yeah, and y'all got some names that I'm not going to challenge myself tonight. I don't have any Godiva chocolate tonight, but Caleb, that might be something. I don't have any around me, so I can't get none. So we're going to listen to a little bit of Baby Blue, and we're going to go. We're going to go straight to the phone line. So let's listen to a little bit of Baby Blue. Here we go.
La 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 la, the remix. Hey, this is Baby Blue, And remember, if nothing else moves you, life will.
That is so true. If nothing else moves you, life will. If nothing else moves you, life will. If nothing else moves you, say it with me, life will. Life will. But I know what I was going to say before I went to the phone lines. I want to remind you all who signed up for the book club, the book read that we're doing, The Deep by Rivers Solomon. Hopefully, you downloaded the documents and you are reading. Who is done with chapters 1 through 3? And you've taken your notes and you're ready to go. Because that's kind of what I'm waiting on. We're going to do something probably before the 25th. So, whatever email address you use to download the documents, then that's where I'm going to send out. All the information. I'm going to send it out through there to let you know where it is. But if you're still reading Filet, okay, no problem. You still have some more days. That's okay if you didn't get to it. It's all right. And yes, you can still download the document. I'm just gonna ask, and by the way, we're gonna get some moderators in the blue room, but I'm gonna ask anyone who has that link if you can drop it in the blue room so people can get it, because I want to get ready to get to the phone lines and do that as well. So yeah. So I want you all to and Brittany Vise says reading the chapters and still taking notes. Okay, good. So then we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. I'll attempt to get that information, but listen, if someone else has it, please do it. Please put it in the chat. Lola Falana, you want to be a moderator? Listen, you look, email me, which I know some of you have emailed and said you would love to step up and do that, because I would love to do that and do what y'all are already doing in the blue room, because that's amazing too. Lola said I'm deleting all you mofos. Y'all better watch out. Lola Falana is there. So, but also want to give you that call in number 515-605-9794. Lock that number in. Okay. Put it in your phone, lock it in. Once you get on the phone lines, you do need to do press 1 if you want to come on the line. And so you can talk as well. And so, yeah, how do y'all like the art tonight? How do y'all like this? I kind of got this made. A little bit lo-fi vibes right there. That's me sitting at the computer. And that's kind of my little setup there. You see that? You see that? You see that? Got Planet Remix up there. My little books. It's a vibe, Christine. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, I thought that was so cute. And another way for us to, just have some things to kind of look at. All right. So we're going to go to the phone lines, and don't worry. And we're going to go to the thank you Star Sheen. Thank you for that. That's right. Them pink headsets. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Yeah, the pink headsets started out. That was Phoenix doing some channeling when he worked on my logo art for me. He channeled them headsets and put them on me, and I said, "Oh my goodness." Because that is the headsets that I have. So shout out to Phoenix Nebula for doing that on the logo. He didn't do this particular art, but he did do the logo. Amazing. Another amazing artist. We have some amazing artists. Astronaut Warrior, Tanasia, Griffin. Oh my gosh. Phoenix. Listen, we have some of the best amazing artists that this world has ever seen connected to Planet Remix, and so many more. I haven't even said your name, but you know who you are. Okay, we're going to go to the phone lines, so let's do that. Y'all see my coffee cup right there with my liquid magic in it? Y'all see the little alien baby? Little stars out there, the star Sirius coming in. Y'all see all that? Yeah, I had to make sure. Whoa, look at the phone lines. Okay, so let me stop. Let's go to the phone lines. We're going to go to the Unbound Traveler 267. You are live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Going once, going twice. Let me go to someone else and make sure we can hear. Let's go to the next caller calling in from area code 4693. 4693, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello, my name is Sakine and I'm calling from Chicago.
Okay, greetings. Your name is Shakeen?
It's Sakine, Sakin.
S-K-A-I.
Sak.
Oh, Sakin. Shakeen?
Mm-hmm.
Shakeen.
Sakin. It means peace. It's Arabic.
I love that. How beautiful. Shakeen.
Thank you.
Am I saying it right?
It's Sakin. It's Sakin.
Sakin? Sakin.
Yes,
Sakin. Oh, how beautiful, Sakin.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Is this your first time?
I cannot believe I am talking to you.
Well, listen.
Yes.
And you know what? It just reminded me, I was singing that song, Chicken in the Car Won't Go. That's the way you spell
And
chicken.
I heard you. And I've been listening to you, and my son was like, "What are you listening to? Who are you on the phone with?" And I was like, "Remember what I told you last weekend?" And I was listening to you last weekend. And he was like, "Oh," so I'm just like nervous but excited. I'm talking to you. So, yes.
Wow, wonderful. So this is your first time calling in. I'm so glad to have you calling in.
It is.
Oh, well, welcome on
But
in.
I've been listening for like over a year.
Oh, wow. Extra sprinkles for you.
Oh.
Yes. So how can I help you?
I would just like to know about energy read or ancestor guides. Yeah.
Okay. So do you know in particular, is there anyone? Well, I digress. I don't want to ask you that. So you want to know, you mean you want to know if they have a message for you? Tell me a little bit more.
Just like the energy. So,
okay. Or do you have?
I've just been kind of in this, I don't know, and I just like a general read on, and that's what I thought. I was like, well, if she answers, what would you even say? And I listen, and I'm just like,
listen, I'm gonna give you some grace because this is your first time calling in. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put you too tough on the spot, especially because you have such beautiful energy. But I want to tell you this. I will tell you this. There is a woman who is showing up, and I feel like she's a woman. I don't know. I'm a little entangled with this because I kind of feel like she's on your mother's side of the family, but somehow your father's side of the family is coming up. I see some distance there. So it kind of feels like it may be, okay, maybe a great grandmother or a great grand aunt or aunt.
Oh my God.
And I keep hearing, okay, I want you to tell me that in just a moment. Stay with me because she's kind of coming through a little strong. And I get sort of this vibe of the name. It's so crazy why this name is coming up. I hear two names, and let me tell you why I think these two names are so interesting, because this particular woman, right, was very much in tune with nature, healing, being able to do it through food and through cooking, and very, very grounded in that. And I'm gonna tell you what it reminds me of. I hear two names, and I'm gonna give you the two names as they're given to me. One of the names is a Mary, and the other one is a Ruth.
I did have an aunt named Ruth on my father's side.
Okay. And let me tell you why. Go ahead. Tell me about her.
I just remember visiting her when I was young with my dad and my sister, but she was like my grandfather's sister, I believe.
Yeah.
And that was her
This
name, Ruth.
this is her. But I'm going to tell you what's so crazy about this energy. Because there is I don't know if it's a company. I don't know if it's I want to say it's a company that they do wellness, and it's called Mary Ruth. And they use a lot of herbal medicine and healing. And so she is the one in the family that really was into that energy of really attempting to use the things around her to heal herself, and through medicine. And I show that this is a big part of what you're about. Like you're into, like you can take a herb and you can mix it up and make a tea or make a tincture, or, take some turmeric and, mix it up and, turn food into medicine. And that's what she's echoing, because she has this huge basket. And inside this basket, she has herbs and she has fruits and she has plants and she has all kinds of things in this woven basket that looks like one of those beautiful baskets that our sisters on the continent of Africa weave together to tell their tribal stories. She's holding a basket, and she's holding that basket up, and she's standing right next to you. Now, that being said, this is going to come exactly right with you. This is connected. When I say connected so deeply with you, because right now where you're having some of your biggest challenges is with your health. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that.
And it's so interesting because I'm a photographer, but in the past year or so, I have experienced things that made me get more serious about my health. And I have been working with herbs and teas and things lately, just trying to heal myself because, in all honesty, like I was drinking heavy at one point, and I really realized that over emotional, just
Yeah.
the breakups and all these things. And I realized how it was affecting me. And I have two children. And I said, you got to straighten up. So I just started drinking a lot of teas. And I've always been into like herbs and the earth and oils and all these things. But I just started researching it more and just trying to take care of myself, vitamins, supplements, and things like that, because I didn't want to go to the doctor to get like thyroid surgery. And then I could tell like my kid, I don't know what, and I was afraid to go to the doctor, but I did start seeing improvement in myself. So I was like, okay, it's something you're doing right. But sometimes that little 3D element would come back to me, and I would maybe overindulge at times. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is something wrong. So I've just been getting more into myself and trying to find my direction because I have been drifting for so long. And
Yeah.
instead of facing what I needed to, I would escapism,
Yeah.
but now I'm at a point where you can't run from the work, the
That's right.
projects, the art, the things you want to create anymore. You're
That's right.
suppressing it.
Yeah.
Something you said earlier about parents not telling their children certain things growing up and being confident and stuff, and growing up and you having all these abilities, but being shut down before you can even open up because of the world outside of you and not being told, hey,
Yes.
it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, keep going. Like, you're beautiful. Like, but I've never allowed that to rub off on the other people in a negative way. I've always wanted to help others shine their
Yes.
light.
Yes.
So I'm just at a crossroads, like professionally, just spiritually, just which way to go to really ground myself and advance. Because, like you said, the herbs are calling me, but I'm also like a photographer, and I have these projects that I really want to produce.
So
And more than a photographer.
here is the thing. I definitely think that you can do them both. Because one of the things that I will tell you, naturally, you are clairvoyant and you really have a way to see things and capture things that often when people see their pictures or see the pictures you take, they see something very unique because we are looking through your eyes, how you see the world, how you perceive things. So you don't have to, you know what? You don't have to let that go, nor do I want you to let that go, because that's a big part of what makes you happy. But here's what I want you to do, because we are multidimensional beings, and you need to know that. And I want to say thank you to Gold Indigo for the super chat donation, the very, very generous super chat donation. Thank you for that. What I'm telling you here is I want you to move into the area of health. Often, when things occur in our lives, we have to get into the position of stop seeing things as good or bad and really sort of getting in a neutral space. And then we can create a pathway with what is being presented. And what you're being presented right now is an opportunity to grow, right? And so these challenges with your health, with your weight, these things are coming up where it may be someone else dealing with the very same things you're dealing with, but they have no problem with it. Like, it's not stopping them. It's not making them sick. It's not making them feel bad. It's not even calling their attention in that way because it's not supposed to. But this isn't about how the world sees or perceive you. It's about how you feel inside your body. But for you, this is really spirit giving you a nudge to open up your gift, to open more of your gift of who you are. You are a natural healer. You have that ability. Now, of course, we know we're not healing anyone. We all heal ourselves, but you are a facilitator of healing through herbs and medicine and very holistic sort of ways. And so I want to encourage you, because I'm not against modern medicine, right? I think we need them both. There are times we do need to go to the doctor. We do. And trust me, I work with many doctors, and just like we're becoming more conscious and understanding, so are they. But I want to encourage you to find a naturopathic doctor. That's a doctor who went to medical school. They took all the tests. They did everything. Plus,
My mother used to go to one.
and plus, they went to also to learn alternative medicine as well. So I want you to go
It's
find a.
interesting.
Go ahead. No. I'm listening.
Oh, this morning when I was at the store, I saw a young lady, and it made me think of myself. The past year, my face started breaking out when you talk about health, and that was another thing that made me get really serious, because when I tell you, it was like the type of breakout that you would cry. Like, my face had never been like this my entire life. I'm not the type of person to have acne, anything like that. So
Right.
I, I, when I tell you, it went from bumpy mountains. I don't know what was going on. I said, it's something going on internally. My face is clear. So I look at people and I look at women or just anything, and I immediately have that instinct to what you're saying, to want to heal them in
Oh,
some kind of
yes.
way, or tell them what can help them in that kind of way. So, and I was really thinking about that this morning. So yes,
I,
yes,
I,
and I
I,
did everything natural.
yeah, I really would love for you to um, definitely work towards that. That is going to
Mhm.
be, because it's calling you anyway, right? Like it's literally
Yes.
calling you. And this is something we're covering in
Mhm.
Self-Invested. And right now, you guys, is the
Mhm.
perfect time to begin to understand the connection. We talk about it all the time, the mind, the body, the spirit, but literally understanding our skin as being one of the largest organs on our body. And so you have
Mhm.
these things when you talk about having these breakups, it's dealing with the large intestine, it's dealing with your lungs, it's dealing with your skin. It has a lot to do with the grief that you've been experiencing over the last really off and on 3 years. And,
Yeah.
this is it. And so these energy has to relieve itself from the body. And really, when these
Mm.
things are happening, it's calling your attention to go within, and you're listening to that calling, you're hearing that calling, and you're doing the work to begin to start working on yourself. So I want you to keep that up, and you have an ancestor that is very close, that is also offering a lot of help to you. One of the things that I could see is that your lymphatic system is moving very slow in your body. And
Mm.
this is how the
Mm.
body naturally detox. So, I want to encourage you to get up in the morning. And even if you can't go outside because the weather permits or something, but you've got to get moving, shake your hands and shake your legs and jump up and down. Or I always say, get a hula hoop. And you know how when we were little
Mm.
girls, you you need to hula
Mhm.
hoop, open
Mhm.
up that solar
Mhm.
plex chakra, open up that
And I had started
sacral.
working back out, and then I stopped. So yes, it's time to
Yeah,
get back. You
just to get
get
moving.
moving.
And here's the other thing.
Mhm.
Dance. Put on some music and dance.
Mhm.
Because the
I used to
best,
dance when I was little, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, dance. The best medicine you can give yourself is to dance. To dance.
Okay.
Get up in the morning and dance.
Okay.
But that's your ancestor that's with you. You got some leaks in your root chakra, solar plex, and in the back of your heart chakra. And just us having this conversation, you have adjusted your energy. So I want this to be a reminder. You got to get out of your mind, drop down in your body. I say wiggle your toes, tap your knees. And when these questions start pouring into your mind about coulda,
Mhm.
about shoulda, about woulda, I want you to let them go and begin to start asking yourself, how do I really feel? Because the truth of the matter is, we do not hold feelings for ourselves in our heart. Okay, it lives outside in our auric field. It's not even in our body. And you got to get out of your mind
Mhm.
and you got to get out of your heart in order for you to know that for real. You understand?
Mhm.
Otherwise, you're working off of a pattern. There is a pattern in your mind that's telling you, because we want things to be the same. I'm spending a little bit more time with you because I need you to get this, because you're going to see such a transformation like overnight when you wake up tomorrow. So that's the main thing that I want you to do, is that I want you drop down in your body, ask those questions from that point in your body, right? Like from that place in your body, not what the craziness is that's in your mind, but ask the question, how do I really feel about this situation, about this breakup, about this? And you will find the peace in it, as hence your name, as a reminder to find the peace. And peace only comes when we can be in a neutral place. So, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So all is well. I want you to keep working on that. Keep running your energy high. Get excited about your life, your day. By the way, the last thing I want you to do, today was a powerful day. Oh my goodness, this alignment. And this is for everyone. I want you to write yourself a letter. And in this letter, what you're going to detail is your future. And you don't have to know everything about the future, right? Because the words and the thoughts that we're thinking today is creating our future. But we're going to have this window of opportunity open for a couple of days, about 3 or 4 days. So I want you to write yourself a letter. And in that letter, I want you to put, what does your life look like in the future? In the future, right? And then within the next 24 hours, you have to do some steps to move in that direction. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be material. It can be your health. It could be whatever you want. But you need to write that down and then live from that experience. And so here is the question I want us all to sort of ponder, and I want you to ponder. If your future self was to show up right now, what would you need to work on to be there? If the future you, if you say in the future, I get up in the morning, I work out, and then I prepare to start doing my work. I eat a healthy breakfast. You know, I have a huge estate where friends and family can come over, plus others that I'm helping and working with. I'm reading more books. I'm doing more things with my children. I have a garden. Then I want you to ask yourself the question, if your future self showed up today, what would you need to work on?
Thank you. I'm definitely doing that this evening.
Yeah.
Or, yes, this morning.
And
Thank
you may say it may be going to bed early, so I can get up early. That's one thing. It may be before I go to sleep that I create a nighttime ritual to start to power things down before I go to bed. You know, it may be, you know, cleaning the kitchen before I go to bed. That could be it. It may be I'm just gonna walk around my house 10 times, take so many steps before I go to sleep. Whatever that is, I want you to incorporate that, because this is the time that we are really sort of propelling our energy into the future. So it's almost like we're sending out signals. So think of it, in the next 3 days, we are sending out signals to ourselves, just like in the movie, you know, Interstellar. We are communicating with ourselves in the future, and it's going to come back to us. So we're putting that energy out there. Do that. And if you write it on a piece of paper, fold it up and tape it and put it in your window, preferably in the bedroom window that you sleep in. So this is all about taking action. We got Mars, we got a lot of planets moving direct, and this is all about taking action. It's about taking action. Okay? So that's what I have
Okay.
for you. Thank you for calling in. So good speaking
Thank
with
you
you.
so much, Ms.Blue. Blessings to you and the entire family and everyone listening. I greatly appreciate you.
You're so
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you. We love you as well. Peace and blessings. Kiss the babies for me. I'm going to give you some
Thank
sparkles before
you.
you go. And I'm going to give you some sparkles. Yeah, you're going to get some sparkles. And make sure you come back and let us know. Peace and love.
Okay.
All right. Hold the line. Oh, how beautiful. All right. We're going to go to the next caller. How great was that? Let's go to the next caller. Calling in from area code 8328. 8328, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are.
Hey,
Hey.
it's Ashley from Houston.
Oh, hey, Ashley. Wait, where'd the bell? Hold on. Let me get the bell.
Woo.
Hey, Ashley from Houston.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Oh,
Happy New Year.
oh, thank you.
Um, it's so funny because I've been saying it since the beginning of the year. I still feel like it's the new year. And I had this man and lady in my car this afternoon, taking them from Whole Foods to a hotel, and they were speaking in a nice little accent and talking about some really interesting things. And I'm like, having a little, ear hustling a little bit while the music's on. And I'm driving, make sure everything's safe. And when I drop them off, I say, Happy New Year. Even though it's a few days, I still feel like it's still New Year's. And the lady goes, oh my goodness, I'm Serbian, and today is Serbian New Year. So Happy New Year.
Oh, I
It's still
love
going
it.
around.
Oh, I love it. I love
So
it.
I
That's
love the
beautiful.
energy.
Yes, so beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I'm going through my own newness. I packed up my house, and I sent the pod off to storage today, and I'm turning in the key tomorrow, and I'm starting a new closing chapters, and I feel really good.
Good.
My big energy is definitely here. I feel a new lightness and a new just awareness of even ease through challenges, because I've had some challenges, but the ease to come through them, and the light that's there of just not being so attached to everything, but still putting my effort into it, and just taking step by step, little steps, even though I don't know big steps, and I'm really getting comfortable and just the newness of just seeing what comes and being in line with my intuition and balancing that with my intellect and all those wordy things, but just kind of living and enjoying it more, and healing more. And I'm just really grateful for that. Definitely you
Yeah.
guys, Remix Summit, Ms.Blue, you're all a part of that. I'm just really feeling great, and I'm just glad to be alive.
That's
Again, I'm
right.
really glad to be
That's
alive.
right. What a time to be alive. To be alive and well and living on planet Earth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me check in with the Blue Room. Blue Room, do we still have sound going on? Do we still have sound going on? I think we do. Thank you for that, Dennis. Dennis just repeating it. All right, just checking. I know sometimes some of y'all can warp off into different dimensions. Just want to make sure the majority of you are still here on planet Earth.
We will talk about that, Ms. Blue.
I know. I've been known to float into a portal here and there, so I get it. I get it. All right, so beautiful.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, so yeah.
Well, I would like to know about my spirit guides. Which one is kind of prominent in this new space that I'm in now? Any insight?
Total number of spirit guides you have is 12. 12 spirit guides.
Mm.
You have 12 spirit guides. And Believe it or not, the spirit guide
That's
uh,
beautiful.
that is coming forward, and whenever 12 spirit guides come on, it really has a lot to do with expression, you know, through inner knowing, and so whenever we see that number one, thinking about numerology, that one is a wand, that one is a wand. The one is sort of that spark, that is the knowing, right? That's the knowing. And that really speaks to the self. When you see the number one, we're talking the self. And then when we see the number two, the two really speaks about others, and coming together. How can you take your spark? How can you take yourself, your uniqueness, and allow it to work in cooperation with others, and others, not just meaning in the physical, right? But talking about new places and new things, because one is also about new beginnings, fresh starts, and it's sort of a part of the code, it's creation, it's all of that. And the two is about creating the new, it's about creating the new. Lance just pulled the card he just got from the Kim deck, share a breath. And that's what it is. When we're sharing a breath, not only are we creating when we're sharing a breath, but we're also receiving and sending. And we are in direct communication with our whole planet. That's our intrinsic connection between the trees and ourselves, and we do this dance with bringing in light and releasing, energy back out, which ultimately is light for the trees and the planet. And that's where you are. So this is a big expressive time for you, Ashley, right now. And your spirit guide that's with you, believe it or not. This is so crazy to me, is a man. He's an elder. Well, not an elder. How dare I call this person an elder? Not an elder person, but he's a very, very young man. He's 51 years old, and he lived in New York City, and he was one of the first street sweepers in the city. He worked as a street sweeper. When the trucks would come by and they would clean like all the debris. If you've ever seen the street sweeper truck and they tell you certain times you can't park your car on certain sides of the street because the street sweepers is coming to clean up the blocks, clean up the neighborhood. And he was so fascinated by him sweeping the streets. And as he was going through the city, it was really an opportunity to reflect upon what was happening in his own life, because the city represents who you are. The streets represents the path that we're taking in our lives and what direction we're going in, and how we're moving in that direction. So this is an opportunity for you to gain a new perspective on your life. It's a fresh thought. Things are going to be squeaky clean. So this is a great opportunity. If you heard what I told the sister that just came on, get you a blank piece of paper and create from that space. You've been giving a blank canvas to now create however your heart's desire. Yep.
Yay. That's wonderful. That's really cool. The sharing in space and stuff, because I'm going to be staying with my sister friend and her family, and there's no necessarily a time stamp or anything like that, and they're helping me, I'm helping them, and it's just by our presence being together, I feel better with them around, they feel better with me around, and it's just that extended family that's family.
That's
So
it.
yeah.
That's
And the
it.
sweeping and the clearing of things, because I was able to go through my mama's stuff and my stuff because I moved so quickly last couple of years just because things happening, and I was able to go through things and see what I wanted to keep and got rid of things and cherish some
Yeah.
other things. And it's just been really healing and cleansing, and then also
Mm-hmm.
just fresh because it's like I feel lighter, and the
Yes.
I haven't felt this way since like I was in college, and I went to school with my best friend, and then my second year, my first love came to school with me. So I was first 2 years of college, people knew who I was from like when I grew up,
Mm-hmm.
and like my third year, nobody knew me, and it was like, ooh, nobody has a perceived idea of who I should be,
That's
and I
right.
can just
That's right.
be, and I was
That's
like,
right.
woo. That's
Yeah,
kind of how I feel.
it
Oddly enough,
truly is.
now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
truly,
Thank you so
truly
much for
is.
that.
You're so welcome. It truly, truly is a fresh start. It's a fresh start for you, and it's an opportunity for you to have a fresh start, to have a fresh start. Don't miss this opportunity, slow down
Mm-mm.
enough to enjoy the moment, to enjoy everything that you're experiencing. Yeah, because it's definitely going to be worth it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. Thank you so much, Ms.Blue. Love you so much.
I love
Thank
you
you.
as well. Thank you so much for coming on, Ashley. And so, peace and love to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, peace and love. Yeah. Mm. Hold the line, hold the line. Yeah. So,
Mhm. Love you.
hold on just a second. Let me, yeah. There we go. Thank you so much for that, Ashley. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So glad to have you come on. We're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 9178. 9178, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are
Hi.
and where you're calling from. Greetings. Who's on the line, please?
Hi, this is Latavia.
Greetings, Latapia.
Latavia.
Latapia. Spell it for me.
Yes. Latavia.
Latavia.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Greetings, Latavia. Where are you
This is
calling
my
from?
first time in your blue room. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
And
Yes, thank you so much.
yeah, and where are you calling from again?
I'm calling from California, but I'm from New York, but I'm in California right now.
Okay, well, welcome. And thank you so much for calling in. And thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. So I just want to get like a general reading to see like what's going on with my life, and
Mm-hmm.
because it seems as though like if I make a step forward, it's like I always move backward. It's like I feel as those karmas catching up with me. I don't know. So I
Mm-hmm.
just want to know like what I'm doing wrong in life and where can I like just
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just want to know like what's going on with me.
Okay, all right. I'm glad to take a look. Number one thing that I want you to do is you are a worrier. You worry about
Oh my.
everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
That is so true.
you worry about everything. And here is the beautiful thing. You're worrying about things that never happen. But you've been in this habit of worry so much because so much of your childhood was unstable for you. And so you've created this
Hmm.
pattern of worrying and worrying. But I'm kind of glad that you're where you're at now because now you're sick of worrying. You really are. You are sick
Yeah.
about worrying. So that's a good thing because this is going to be an easy fix, a easy fix for you, but it's going to take some work. It's going to definitely take you some work. And it's going to take some work. And as this, let me see. Did I do the right thing? I might have not. Yeah, I did. So it's going to take some work. And with this work, I want you to promise me that you will stop worrying. And I'm going to tell you how you can stop worrying, because you are highly intuitive, but you don't listen. And you often find yourself saying when something does happen, oh, I knew it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. But you don't do anything about it. So you have to start taking action. You have to start taking action. So here's what's going to work best for you. First thing when you get up in the morning, before you open your eyes, I want you to keep your eyes closed and I want you to breathe. And I want you to visualize that the whole world, and I literally mean the whole world, is working with you. Okay? I want you to visualize like the whole world, like I literally want you to see like a stadium filled, like Madison Square Garden. You know, when the garden gets filled in New York and everyone is in there and they are screaming and they are cheering. I want you to visualize the whole world is screaming your name and they are all cheering for you. They are screaming your name, Latavia. They are screaming your name and they are cheering for you. Because so much of how you built yourself to survive, because of such a tough upbringing, has been that you had to fight everything that you got. And now the universe, God, the divine, whatever you want to say, the Most High, is telling you you no longer have to do that. You're not this little girl that has to fight her way in this world. You no longer have to do that. And you can trust yourself. You can trust your intuition. And you can know that all is well. And you can live and have some peace on the inside. This is what's going on.
Oh my goodness, I'm literally crying right now because it's like you just read my entire life.
Well, I'm glad. And you can feel free. We take tears here. Tears here is just like money. You can cry. You can cry. It's good. But this is all that's going on. So I want you to do this. So you have to retrain how your mind processes information and make room so you can listen to your beautiful, incredible. You are so psychic and intuitive. If you would just stay calm enough, you will have the clarity you need. You know, you will have the clarity. And how you're going to get that is when you're laying in the bed, before you open your eyes. I want you to keep your eyes closed and visualize the whole world cheering you on. And then I want you to tell yourself, I love you. I love you so much. You are the most incredible. I want you to spend about a good 3 to 5 minutes before you get out of bed telling yourself how amazing, how wonderful you are. How wonderful you are before you get out of bed. And to go with that, I want you to do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will. Yeah. I definitely will try anything because I'm like literally tired.
Yeah.
Like I'm constant to my thoughts, and it's like I'm tired. Like just fighting for everything I'm so tired.
Yeah. I want you to do that. So Also, the other thing is you need to make you a list, to list, all right? I call it Thoughts and
Yes.
Things 2.0. You're going to make a list of thoughts and things, a piece of paper, fold it in half. On one side, I want you to put down all the things that you need to do that day. Put them down. And on the other side, I want you to write what you will not do. So one side of the list is going to be what you want to do. And on the other side of the list, you're going to put down what you will not do.
Okay.
Okay? Because that's going to give your mind something to work with. You need to know. So if it's, I'm not, and remember, you do not have to follow every thought that comes in your mind. I want you to breathe, exhale, breathe, drop down in your body. And when you drop down in your body, wiggle your toes. And I want you to hang out in the lower half of your body. I promise you, just by me telling you that, I see your energy lifting. Like you're coming out of your mind. And every single day, I promise you, every single day. And I want you to, every single day, to make sure that you are definitely, absolutely putting that love into yourself. How you love yourself every single day. Every single day. That's what's missing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to see by next week, Thursday, you're going to be a whole new woman. You're going to have a whole new pep in your step. You're going to have a whole new attitude. Oh, you're going to have a whole new attitude about everything. So I want you to definitely, absolutely just do that. But all is well. What's happening, and we all get to this point, right, where we have to have a breakdown to have a breakthrough. And this is where you're at. But I promise you, don't look at the way things are. Hold the frequency and vibration of how you know they can be and what you want them to be. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Well, make sure you come back
Thank
and
you.
let us know. Remember what I said every single day, and do that Thoughts and Things 2.0, things I need to do and things I'm not going to do.
Yes, I will.
All right. Well, peace and love.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And welcome to Planet Remix. Peace and love. Thanks for calling in. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, what a beautiful call. Also, I wanna say something to you never said it's someone's personal choice to listen, we are all here for the animals, and we appreciate you, Teen Advice Central. We appreciate it. This is not what we're talking about tonight. And just like you would not want to disrespect people, we don't want you disrespecting us. And so because of that, we are going to kindly ask you to reframe. And we want to let you know it is disrespectful when you come somewhere and you're not participating in the conversation going on, but you're only here for your own personal agenda. That is disrespectful. And trust me, we love animals and we respect everybody's choice. Some people are vegan, some people are not. Both of my children are vegans, and we all love animals and we respect everyone on the planet. But for you to come in here and just be only about what you're talking about, that's disrespectful. If we were to come to your channel and only talk about what we're talking about while you have something going on and have no interest or concern about what you're dealing with, you would understand. And I know you understand that because you are all about making sure that respect is there and that we are loving ourselves, our bodies. We are respecting and loving animals. And so I'm going to help you help yourself. Remind you what you stand for, which is respect. RESPECT. Well, there you go. So yeah, just had to help them out a little bit. Oh, I got to check on Lola Falana. Oh, don't worry. We're going to have these monitors come. But you all know what this is. This is why we're not upset. Because wherever there's light, wherever, it's just like in the summertime when you go outside and you cut the lights on, everything is going to come crawling out because they want some of that light. Wherever there is light, they're going to want to come out and they're going to want to get some of that light. They're going to want it. They're like, oh my gosh, nothing else is popping in this world. We need light. We need light. So there you go. I thank you all for not being too distracted, but I seen some of y'all hopped on the distract chain. Trust me, we got monitors in the room. They gon' handle this. Even though they're not official yet, I know they're handling it. So we're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 267. Wait a minute. 2678. You're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from. Uh-oh. 268. Okay. 268 is a little busy. We're going to go to the next caller calling in from area code 8046. 8046, you're live on Planet Remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey, good morning, Sister Blue. Can you hear me?
I can. Good morning. Who's on the line, please?
This is Rasad from Virginia.
Okay, greetings to you, Rashad from Virginia. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing much better since hearing your voice this morning. Happy New Year to you.
That's a good thing. Happy New Year's to you too, Rashad, and good to hear from you. I almost said something, Rashad, but your spirit guides tapped me.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. Glad. And Brother Balah too.
Yes.
I want to say what's up to Brother Balah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And, I haven't spoken to you for a minute, so I just wanted to greet you well. And hope you're having a good New Year.
And you have done that. You have definitely greeted me well. I see. They're a mess. They're a mess in the Blue Room. That's not even what I was thinking. Yeah, I was going to say something to Rashad. Me and Rashad go way back. He know what time it is.
Yeah, almost. Well, that's a short bit. There's a couple of cycles. Couple of cycles around the sun. That's all. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So what's good, Rashad?
I just want to check in and see what's going on. I've got a lot of things going on in my life, so I just wanted to find out. I did a couple of interviews, and I'm looking to have some new challenges in life. So I was like, well, let me find out about these some opportunities. So I was kind of checking on that, see how if they're going to come through or I'm going to do that. And now I've had some. Both my parents have had some weird, like not weird, but just life activities, and I'm trying to figure out what. Wanted to see if there's anything I need to be preparing for them or with them. And yeah, that's really it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Well, that's a lot. So you said interesting enough, you said I've done some interviews and I've been having a lot of life challenges come up. And I wanted to see if any of those interviews went through. I don't know if you realize that that's what you said.
Yeah,
That is what you said. Okay, so
yeah.
I heard you correctly. All right.
Right, yeah,
All
right,
right.
yeah.
All right. Let me use a little bit of
I
my
don't know. I don't know. I should say. I don't know if I should say challenges. I should
mhm.
just say, if nothing else moves you, life will. So
Mhm.
there's just the things that are moving, going on with life,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I know that I put certain things in motion for
Yeah.
me personally,
Right.
and sometimes you don't, but you always have to deal with all the other things that life has to, life would naturally bring you.
I'm sorry. I'm reading the Blue Room. Let me get out the blue Griffin. Let me get out the Blue Room. Let me
Hold
get
on, Griffin's not on the line too. If you can't take my time, okay.
No. Oh my goodness. Look, let me get serious. They got me over here clowning in the Blue Room. Let me Oh my goodness. Ah, okay. So, here's a couple of things. All jokes aside, I do see there are going to be many opportunities that open up for you. One in particular, I feel like it's a position you interviewed for, and I feel like in a couple of weeks, maybe in about a week, you may within this next week hear something about it. But it seems like it's going to be something a little further down the line. So no worries on these new opportunities that you open up. But I'm going to tell you about that. Then I'm going to kind of backtrack and tell you some things. The other thing that I want to speak to you about, I know you said your parents are going through their own shares of upgrade. Is there anything you need to prepare yourself for? And the short answer for that is no. You keep loving them as you would love them and connecting with them as you do connect with them, right? Now, we can say that there is something we should participate in, or prepare ourselves for. We can say that, but that's like that can happen to anybody, right? So I don't want you to bring fear into the equation because this isn't about being fearful. It's about being aware and see where you can offer your assistance. And I know that that's what you want to do for your parents. Interesting enough, I see a baby. So, I don't know if you're planning on extending your family, if you've extended your family, or that is something you have for the future. But I do see a baby coming into the picture.
That's good. I've been working. I've been putting shots, so I can't get mad at it. So I've
Okay.
been working around the realm.
Okay. Well, good to know you're working on it because I do see a baby hanging out with you. But here's what I need you to do because how can I say? I need you to stay focused on what you want to happen. You are a master manifester, but at the same time, you are a master pessimist. And so, as soon as you put some energy out in the atmosphere to create, you go right behind it and you dismiss what you just put out through your own words. So I'm going to need you to really be intentional about what you're speaking and how you're speaking and the thoughts you're holding behind what is possible for you. Because I still see limited beliefs for you. And I know you've been working on this for a long time and you are highly intelligent. And I know sometimes that can be a challenge to get out of your mind and balance. But remember, we need masculine and feminine energy. And I need you to open yourself up to be open to receive. You are a giver, 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 but you have a hard time receiving. And this is what's making it so challenging. You've got to be able to receive. Some of the things I want to tell you that you can do so you can test your receiving muscle, right? Think about, and here's a good example. When you go to a restaurant, and you might have heard us use this before, when you go to a restaurant and you sit down and you put an order in and you have to wait to be served, how does that make you feel? Do you like to go sit down and have people serve you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you didn't really, I'm not picking up that's the truth. I'm not picking up that.
I'm,
I am.
I mean, I think,
Mm,
okay, so you mean like I don't really, you know what? Uh, I don't. Yeah, you know what? I don't want people to like to. I don't really like. Yeah, I don't really. I don't mind. I enjoy it. You know, I'm grateful. I appreciate a person serving me. You know, I know that it's not easy. You know, but I appreciate it. But I don't have a problem with it. You know,
well, so I
but I
don't.
do like. I don't like to complain.
I,
I'm not a complainer when
well, here's the
if I don't think
thing.
the service is great or anything. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't believe a word you just said. You do not like people serving you. You do not want people to help you. I don't believe a word of what you just said. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all.
I have to.
No, no, no.
You told me several times I have to appreciate and
Yes.
accept help,
You
and
have to,
I do. I ask
because
you
let me
anyway.
tell you why. Because you're such a giver. But what you're doing is, see, the universe, and every sister in the building can understand this. I'm sure brothers, y'all got it by now. The universe has one job, and that's to give you what you're putting out. One job. Your subconscious mind is going to manifest whatever you have in there. The universe got one job. One job. Whatever you're holding in there, that is what's going to come back. You have got to learn how to receive. You have to upgrade your perception about wealth because you're living in poverty within consciousness. You are a very conscious brother. Oh my God, you don't want to step to him. He got you. But you are living in consciousness. You have to recognize as amazing and powerful and great that you are, so is everybody else. And the worst thing in the world you can do for somebody is feel sorry for them. I don't think you hear me. The worst thing in the world that you can do for somebody is feel sorry for them.
All right. So what do I need? What do I need to do better? Like what do I need to work on? Like how
Number
do I do
one,
it?
you need to stop
Or what
and
do I need
and
to be
and and,
conscious of
and
when I'm?
look, I'm getting ready to tell you, and I'm gonna say it to all of us here. Number one, you need to stop doing shit for free. Period, Pooh. Stop it. That's number one. Number two, you need to be open and expand your perspective. And then number three, you have to get into something creative. You have to find a creative outlet and allow yourself to enjoy life. You've worked very hard to get the things that you need and get to where you've needed. Now you have got to have the balance. Where do you find joy? Where do you find that you're engaging yourself and, you can be silly and you can laugh and you can play? You have to get into something very creative. The other thing I would...
That's the... Uh-huh.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Excuse me. No, please, no. No. While you're moving, no, please, man. Please. Go ahead. please.
I will finish it. And then the other thing, I'm going to recommend that every 30 days that you go get a full body massage. Because you need to learn how to receive. Well, you were thinking right. But you got to take some action. You've got to surrender yourself to be open to receive. Now, I'm not telling you to do everything for money because I know what... I almost said something. I love my spirit, guys. They've been catching me. They've been on point tonight. I know how we love to say that we just need to help people, and people need help. But it's about the intention of where we're helping that really we're making things worse. We're not helping. Find a place that you have chosen to give and be of service, preferably to those who have helped and been of service to you. And even maybe some place of those who are less fortunate. And that's it. You know how when you go to the grocery store and during the holiday times, they say, that'll be $275. And would you like to give a small donation to? And you know what I tell them? No, thank you. I have my own charity that I give to. And I do. Me coming here doing these readings, I'm giving it here. I'm not giving it everywhere. That's not how this works. Everyone here has unlimited potential. Now, granted, some of us, we have work to do to get to the point where we recognize that we have that potential. But if you are constantly giving, you are sending the wrong message to the universe, because the universe says, Rashad doesn't like to receive. They're not going to say only when it comes to help. They're not going to say only in the things he's good at and he enjoys. They're going to say everything in your life. So you won't receive the love you want. You won't receive the life you want. You won't receive anything because the universe thinks, I got to give you what you want. We've got to take things from you because you only want to give. You don't want to open yourself up to receive. So when we talk about the matrix and when we talk about programming, this is what we're talking about. You are not a computer. You are far greater than any artificial intelligence on this planet. You are so powerful. You know how they say it takes 30 days or 20-something days to change a habit? That's a lie. I bet you if I put the right conditions on your ass, you'll change your habit on the spot and never do it again.
No doubt.
I guarantee you. Let me put the right conditions, the right, you know how the song go, pressure? If I put the right pressure on you, oh, you'll put them chips down and never pick that shit up. Oh, I bet you'll start getting the rest you need. Oh, I bet you will get up and go do what you need to do. You get the right pressure. You don't need 30 days. You don't need 22 days. You don't need therapy for 10 years. You will get over that shit in an instant. It's done. You know, back in the day, they call it spontaneous healing. Well, quantum physics have shown us in quantum energy that you can change your biochemistry down to a subatomical level in your body based on a thought. So if I can change my chemical makeup of who I am down to a subatomical level with a thought, then what's the problem? The problem is you got to sit down and you got to dig a little deeper about where are we going. Now, many of you, Rashad, you may be too young, but you probably can talk to your parents about this. There was a movie with Irene Cara, Billy D. Williams called Mahogany. And I think Diana Ross was in it. And when I was a little kid, I used to watch it, but I used to love her when she'd sing about, do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Yeah, that's right. Where are you going? All of this is because you don't know where you're going. Like, what are we doing all of this for? Where are we going? And you got to get crystal clear on that, because that's going to quiet all the noise, all the distractions, and all of this, I just want to give and not receive. So, yes, all of these things are possible that you're putting out there, but you have to be open to receiving. And the best way to do that is because I see that you're shallow breathing. And one of the things that we're learning on planet Earth is how to breathe deep. That's what you need to be doing. Take some time and breathe deep. In through your nose, let it out through your mouth, nice and slow with an ah sound. Breathe deep.
Oh.
There it is. That's it. And you have to find a purpose. And I know what you're saying, Ms. Blue, I got a purpose. No, you don't. But if you wanna, you know, I'm feeling a little flighty tonight. If you think you're ready, let me know and we can go.
Oh, oh, you know, yes, go, Ms. Blue. I'm self-invested, so you know, I'm, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes, ma'am.
All right. So, what's your purpose?
That's a good question. You hit it right on the head. I've always been wondering that.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, really.
Well, I'm gonna give you some hints. I'm gonna give you some clues. Has nothing to do with the job title, a degree, or a line of work.
I would say, like, just came to me, it's like just being a good son and a good husband.
And as much as I need that from my brothers, that ain't it.
Okay, well, that's okay. you knock that off the checklist. Okay, that's good.
In fact, that's part of the problem. Because who gets to call you good? Who gets to call you good?
Everybody else.
Right.
I wouldn't call it. It's what people perceive, what people see you do, how you move. So it's not me, it's
Right.
others,
So
and
that's part of
that's
your
wishy washy.
that's part of the problem. You trying to be good for everybody else. And here's the thing. I don't care how good you are, you will never fill that slot if it's not coming from you. Any man that is taking care of their family and handling their business will never say no shit like that. They would never say that statement. Never. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way to you because I love you, but they would never say that. My father would never say nothing like that. He would say, I am a good man. I am a good husband. I am a good father. Not that I need to be. You don't need to be anything but who you are. Nothing else is required. And until you own it, it cannot be. Everything else is very shallow. And you're going to feel a whole lot of pressure, which you are. And you're also going to feel a whole lot of self-doubt. It's going to be a whole lot of second guessing. It's going to be a whole lot of I'm not sure. All of that. But the moment that you say, I know I am a good father, I know that I am a good son, everything changes. Because God is self-realization. And you don't have a strong setting on your self-realized. So here is your homework assignment. I want you to sit down with a blank piece of paper, and I want you to write out everything that you are. I am. And I need you to own it. Not because the lists matter, but I want you to write down everything until you exhaust yourself of what you are. And then I want you to look at that piece of paper and I want you to ask, who are you before these things? Before you were a father, before you were a husband, before you were a lawyer, before you were whatever you are, I want you to put all of that down and then ask yourself, who am I? Because we're talking about before you come into the I am. You are something before I am. And you have to understand that. And that's what you have to build upon. And then you have to get into this energy. I've been screaming this forever. I understand the world is on board, and listen, I'm all here for it. But until you start loving yourself the way that you want to love your wife, the way that you want to love your family, the way that you want to love others, nothing's going to stick for you. Nothing. You've got to start loving yourself. And a big part of that is really being deeply in tuned with you and doing those things in your life that brings you joy. So,
That's real. That's always been my questions. Like, what do I really enjoy, and what brings me joy?
So what do you enjoy?
And
Do you like lattes? Do you like what's something you enjoy?
I like I enjoy biking. I enjoy music. I actually enjoy I enjoy just weird. I enjoy just, I enjoy working, I do enjoy the process of work, I enjoy sleeping and just doing nothing,
Well,
times, watching
I'm
TV.
I'm not
So,
talking about things that tickle your fancy. I'm talking about
okay,
something that gets you excited. There's a difference.
true.
So what do you
Like,
really enjoy? Because some of that shit, your energy did not go up. I hear you, but it didn't go up.
but yeah,
Let me.
that's the realist, because
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I go, yeah, I was saying that's the realist, because that's been what I've always been wondering, like, what do I really, really enjoy? Because I haven't really figured out what I really, really enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm good at certain things, so
No,
I
I'm
get
not
the joy.
talking. I'm
You're
not.
right, I do get the
Yeah,
joy out of helping people,
right,
but
and
but it's
that's cool.
that's
Listen.
something different.
That's different.
Yeah,
Here's what I'm talking. I'm talking
yeah,
about something that is initiated that's by you. And I get it, getting joy out of helping people and really enjoying that. But I'm talking about things that really just make you happy. So if riding your bike is getting in a good ride, if that makes you happy, then you need to do that. And I'm going to tell you something again. If you got a playlist that is off the chain and maybe taking 20, 30 minutes and just intensely with some amazing Bose headphones or some of the new iPhones, headphones or Sony's headphones, and you're listening where you can hear every nuance and every sound of the music and the beat, and that is something that really just gets you fired up, you need to do that because you've got to raise your frequency. Everything you want is in a higher vibration. And if you're not vibrating high enough, it will never come into your scope. You will only catch glimpse of it along the way. So it's not that if you love riding bikes, you should be a bike rider. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you do the
yeah.
things you love, it puts you into a higher frequency, which allows you to expand your awareness, and you will have access to all the things you need: downloads, activations, insights, sparks of inspiration, aha moments. All kinds of things start to happen. Synchronicities will start to form. You could be listening to your playlist, going in the store, or I wouldn't advise that these days, though. We got to stay focused. But anywho, maybe one ear in, one ear out, and all of a sudden you bump into somebody and the person says a comment to you, and that turns out to be your next business partner. But you will never bump into that person if you're humbugging around, attempting to appear alive when you're dying on the inside.
All right.
Yep. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Stop worrying. Stop worrying. And really start to incorporate more of the things that make you feel good. Know that we are always creating. We're always focused. The goal is to make sure that it's on the right shit. That's the goal. And that takes work. So I want you to listen to this show. I know you will because you are self-invested. I want you to go back. Thoughts and Things 2.0, make you a daily list. Start writing down the things you need to do and writing down the things you have to stop doing that you will not do. And lastly, before you go, I want to give you this love. You got to know when to say no. You got to know when to say no.
That's true.
And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, is to say no. But you'll have to learn when to say no. Because what happens, see, desperation has an energy. And as much as you want these people to call you back for these opportunities in work, you better make sure that you are aligned with what they are requiring of you. So everything is not a yes, and some things will have to be a no based upon where you're standing. You are the creator of your reality. You are the king. You understand? The world is just, it's your film, and everyone else is just actors and people assisting you on creating this masterpiece. That doesn't mean you're above anybody, but you better recognize who you are in this production. Because if you don't, your ass will get punked. You'll get pushed to the side. They will tell you, we don't need you today. We don't need you tomorrow. They will call you at the last moment, and you'll feel like you have no other choice to come, only for there to tell you that somebody else got there before you, and they still don't need you. And for you to sit there when the production is all done and the credits go rolling by, and you discover not only were you the executive producer, the person who funded the film, but you were the writer and you were the leading artist. You were the leading character. And yet you did not own any of your roles. None. So, no more talk about being, you supposed to be a good son or a good husband. Know that you are. And if you haven't figured out how to be, then that's the first point of entry. Figure it out. And I know you will. I know you will.
Now, one more. Any type of like crystals, anything I should be using, or
Yeah.
help me with clarity? Or...
I sure do. I want you to work with that damn crystal inside your body. That's the crystal you need to work with. Let me tell you, Rashad, why I'm being a little hard on you. Because I know you like, damn.
I appreciate it. It's all good.
Let me tell you why I'm I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this. Crystals are powerful. But before you pick up that crystal, I need you to understand something. None of that works if you don't work it. None of it. Do you hear what I'm saying? None of it will work. None of it. If you don't work. I could give you a crystal, and you could pick that crystal up, and you can put that crystal in your hand. And just like you got consciousness in your mind, that crystal has consciousness inside of it. And that crystal's going to say, he ain't trying to hear nothing I say. Nothing. Nothing we telling him. He not trying to vibrate here. He not trying to do any of that. So you've been doing this work. I know you know how to get a crystal for yourself. And there are some people, yes, I do need to give them a crystal. It will enhance. And I'm not saying one can't. But I don't think you felt your power yet. And I need you to get there. I need you to sit in silence. I need you to tone yourself by using your name. I need you to be doing breathing exercises. I need you to become intentional about your thoughts, what you're thinking. Hold yourself accountable for that bullshit that's running through your mind. And I need you to handle your business. And after you've done that and loved on yourself, like really loved on yourself, like you love on everyone who's in your life because you love them and you do everything for them. And I'm certainly not trying to tell you to stop, but I'm telling you, you've got to add yourself into the equation because these worried thoughts about your parents, they will soon to have them for you. if you don't. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you got it.
Yes.
So, do you understand the assignment?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I know I have work to do, so I have to listen to this. I have to come back and I'm going to have to listen to it and write and breathe and
Yeah.
stop.
That's right. You have to start
Quiet my
being
mind.
in tune with you. If there's anything that I would recommend a tool for you at this time, because you got crystals in your body you haven't activated. So I need you to activate your internal crystals before you activate external crystals. But what I want you to read, and you can even go back and listen to the show that Brother Balah and myself did some years ago, and it's about the greatest salesman in the world. The book is called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. And I've given that book out to so many people in my real lives. I used to carry boxes of it, keep it at my house. And everyone from the electric meter person to the water person to the mail carrier to neighbors, friends, families, foes, I've given that book out to. So I want you to get that book, read that book. The Greatest Salesman in the World, and no, it's not about selling.
Right. Brother Bilal told me to read that.
Well,
I read it,
obvious.
so I need to reread it. Obviously, I did not understand it at that point.
Yes.
It wasn't, I read it, but I didn't ingest it. So nothing wrong with going back and reviewing.
Yes.
So I understand that.
Yeah. So go back.
I received that information.
Yeah, that's a great book to go back and review. And yes, Lance is remembering. Yep, we had to read that years ago from the Kim Diz. Yep, from Self Invested in Kim Magic. That's right. You had to read it. So go back. It's an amazing book. I have my children read it. I often pick it up and I will go to certain chapters and read it again. But I promise you, this is a great time for awakening. But nothing is wrong. So I need you to don't get into worry mode. You're not there, but you're headed that way. Nothing is wrong. I just need you to own you. You got to start embodying all that you are and recognize who you are in this world. And you're not doing that right now. And I need to bring you back into that place of balance. Yeah.
All right. I thought my cones would help me.
You said what now?
Pine cones, but I guess I thought the pine cones would help me, but I guess
the pine cones are helping you.
I'm not using them.
No. And I know you're being a little facetious, but as the song goes, I got time today. Oh, I got time today. Yeah, don't play with it. I got time today. So you tell us how you thought your pine cones was helping. Share this story with us, because I know I gave that out. But tell us how you thought these pine cones were helping you. Tell me what you doing. How you working with them?
Oh yeah, well I got them like in my house and on my altar. And then I put them in my office. And then when I went down to see my family, I gave it to them. And we're using them and put them in a place where all my other ideas were working with me. And they actually,
And how you working with it, though? Tell me how you working with it. You're telling me where you put them, but how you working with them?
Oh, well, when I put them into like a glass cylinder, I actually said, well, this is what I want to work on, because I put in the interviews. I said, okay, I want to work in entertainment and music And then I started having. That's when I applied to the. I thought I was just scrolling around. I saw the opportunity to work in that area with law, and then they called me back for the interview. So I was like that. And then
So
when I
hold on,
realized
hold
that,
on,
hey,
hold on. Did you
um,
get the job?
oh, I don't know yet. That's
Okay.
one of the
Mm-hmm.
questions. That's one of the interviews. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
But I said, like I didn't want the. I only wanted to work there if they were going to. If I was going to have the freedom that I wanted to be able to move around without question. Not too many questions. Had no. I knew that I needed to have assistance. So I said I would only take this position if I was able to have assistance. I
mm-hmm.
understood that they were going to be, assistants to do the job. I would have to have a golden parachute because if I work with these people, you never know how things wind goes. So I wanted to make sure I could
Well, there
come and
you
go. If
go.
I had
There
to
you
leave,
go. There you
I would be
go.
paid.
There you go. That's why that's all jumbled up. How are you going to ask for a job and then talk yourself out of it? Remember, I said in the
Well,
beginning, that's what you
okay,
do.
so right, but see, what I'm thinking is that I would say you have to ask the universe. And if it tells you what you want, but you have to be obviously you have to be very clear because you will get it, but you won't. You'll get everything,
But
but
you're
you're not
not
clear about
clear.
what you want.
But you're not clear.
Okay.
You're still not clear. That's not clear. If you go back and listen to what you just said, that's anything. I don't have a word for it, but it isn't clear. You got to know that when you ask for something, all of that is included. You spent more time telling us about what you didn't want versus what you wanted. So that's what I want you to do. Take some time, get very clear on what it is you want to manifest. Very clear. And when I say clear, trust that everything that you're putting out, the universe already knows. And anytime you speak something, it doesn't judge. We're talking about particles. And most of what you said is that you didn't want this job. And then you preferenced it by saying, because these positions come with. How is that possible? How is that? That's a contradiction. So I think it's great. And I'm glad that you did a part of what I gave out for the pine cone, because the pine cone represents the pineal gland. But I gave specific things in using this manifestation technique to be able to connect with the energy of an object so that you can sort of open up energy within yourself. So I really love that, but I need you to get clear. And know that when you give a command, your intention is already in the command. And if you sit there and you talk about what you don't like about what you're asking for, the universe is doing exactly what it was doing in Georgia and Alabama. It's spinning around in a circle until you cause chaos, a tornado, all of that. That's what that is. That's a whirlwind of chaos that's looking for a place to land. And the only place it can land is from where it came, and that's back to you. So get very clear. Know that your intention is already in that, and you have to see it that way. But that's what I'm telling you. So I'm not telling you not to work with these things, because I recognize that we're not advanced enough. And I throw myself in that all the time to just use what we know inside. And so these symbols and these tools and these techniques are things to really help us shift and expand our awareness. But we have to be responsible in doing that. And I know you didn't call in for all of this, but you
Oh,
take
yes, no, okay.
you taking one for the team tonight. We're all in this because I'm speaking to me and all of us. But you cannot take yourself out of the equation. because you are the magic that is bringing everything to life. And you have to know that. You can't believe that. You can't think that. You can't second guess that. You can't be halfway in on that and halfway out on that, because then it doesn't work. So, there you go. You got it. I know you do. And I know you're going to call us back with some amazing updates. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Blue, for your time.
You,
Much appreciated.
you're so welcome. I love you so much. I do. You just like, oh, Lord, let me get off this phone with Ms. Blue.
I'm fine. I know I'm fine. I can stay, longer if I need to.
I
If I
know,
need more
I know.
information.
And that's, if you
Yeah.
want to know the truth, that's what worries me. You shouldn't be fine. You should be a little shook from this conversation and saying, I'm getting ready to go get my shit together for real. That's what should really be happening. Really. I want you to get excited about you and about what you're doing in the world and about your magnificence and about trusting your intuition and about what you can create in this world. That's not only for yourself, but how you can help and give to others like you want to do. That's what I want you to do. And I know you will. So peace and love. I'm going to give you some sparkles. Sending you lots of love. And there you go.
Thank you, Ms. Blue.
You're welcome. Peace and love.
Peace and blessings.
All right. Bye. Rashad said, peace and blessings. You don't get no love, Miss Blue. Peace and blessings. No, I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing. Oh, you're still on the phone, Rashad.
Thank you, Ms. Blue.
You're welcome.
I'm getting ready to get off and cut it out.
Peace and love, Rashad. Oh, let's all give Rashad some love. He did an amazing job for all of us here in holding that space, because sometimes we just need that reminder in life to remember the magnificent divine beings that we are. I don't know if it's even going to let Rashad off. It said Rashad ain't going nowhere. He right here. Well, Rashad, you going to ride this out with us until we get ready to close
I'm trying
out?
to get up. Don't hit one.
It won't
Don't
cut
hit
you.
one.
It won't cut you off. I can't mute you. So you can do one of two things. You can either just hang out with me and we can close out the show together, which would be great. And you can keep this big energy going. Or you can mute yourself and then just
Let me hang up.
no, because
Yeah, I'll hang up.
you don't have
Yeah.
to. If you hang up, you can't, unless you get on the computer, you can't listen, but you can hang up. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll listen. I want
Well,
the people to
look,
get
I
the
agree
dose.
with Underworld God. You're supposed to be here. Hang out with us. Don't go nowhere.
Okay.
Stay right there.
That's
So,
what's up.
and Rashad, I'm gonna let you have the last word here. So I need you not to be thinking about what you're gonna say. I need you to be intentional. So you're gonna give us some closing words as we get ready to get out here for this weekend. So I'm gonna turn it over to Brother Rashad. All right, Rashad, what's your closing for us this morning, this night, this afternoon, this evening?
If nothing else moves you, life will.
No, Rashad.
And,
Rashad,
don't do that.
Rashad, what you
Yeah.
can't do is you can't use one of my sayings as your closing. But I'm gonna give you a few minutes.
Oh.
I'm gonna let you try it again. I'm gonna let you try it again, Rashad. And I want you to really think about everything you took in tonight and just kind of summarize, if you were kind of giving a word to everybody on Planet Remix to carry with us, what would that be? Mm-hmm.
Oh. I said life is a journey that takes a lot of steps, and that you have to work with yourself and love yourself and be honest. And don't allow the noise to distract you from what you have to do. And work with them and give yourself grace and mercy and love.
Aw, Rashad, you're going to make me cry. That was so good. That was good. Thank you, Rashad. That was beautiful. That was so beautiful. And I thank you for, just really having beautiful energy and really sharing that with us. Very well said. I think it is a perfect segment for us to get ready to close out. And thank you, Rashad, for coming on. And thank you for giving us closing words. I think that's what we'll do from now on. I'm going to let you guys who pick a caller and have you come on and do some closing words for us. I love that, Rashad. And you're the very first to do that. So, wow, look at you already making some adjustments here. So that's going to do it for us. So family, do me a favor. Make sure you come back and comment down below. Leave your takeaway from tonight's shares as well. And also don't forget to like and subscribe as well. And maybe if it's someone out there that just needs to hear some good words or get a good laugh or just kind of hang out a little bit, you pass the show on to them as well. So that's going to do it for us. So family, peace and love. I love you all so much. And remember, love is the only thing real here. So we're going to get out of here. Rashad, you ready to go? We ready to get out of here?
Yes, just one more thing. Please, people, make the comments and run up the comments for likes and shares.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it from Rashad. That's right. Come back and put the comments, put the likes and shares. And yes, I know I need to go back and respond to some of you, but I want to do that. And again, I want to thank the brothers, Jonathan over at Alternative Health as well too, for the shout out on his YouTube channel, being a part of Planet Remix, and also his brother also at the Alternative Health, I believe, his show as well too. So we're going to talk more about that, but love to each and every single one of you. I cannot wait, literally, because by the time I shut all of this down, do my little downtime, go jump in the shower and snuggle up in the bed and read your comments from tonight. So peace and love, soul family. Peace and love. Ciao. Yeah, peace and love. Yeah. Thank you, Rashad.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Thank
Peace
you.
and love. Oh my goodness. So good. So good, everyone.